Hello and welcome everybody to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News Business. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on all our social networks and to catch us every day by logging onto our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show. In Mexico, there are still few tech companies focused on the financial sector, so the City of London Financial District has shown interest in developing business models with them, said Andrew Palmley, the Lord Mayor of London, who visited Mexico last week. The reason for the shortfall, according to the Lord Mayor, is the lack of financial inclusion in Mexico compared to other countries, considering that fintech offers an alternative to add new users to the banking system. In Mexico, fintech companies are still incipient. The Bank of Mexico estimates that there are around 200 who, despite their youth, already compete with the traditional financial systems like the banks. Another feature of their visit was cybersecurity. They discussed cybercrime prevention, not just financial, but in terms of systems and what management boards should do to make sure there's full transparency when an attack happens. The Lord Mayor of the City of London said that despite Brexit, both nations should continue to seek to increase their relationships. Banxico has recommended traditional financial institutions to invest to catch up with fintech. In other headlines, the Japanese population in the state of Guanajuato has grown 400% over the last 4 years. Currently, 2,400 Japanese live in the municipality of León, most of them working in companies in the automotive sector. Yasuhisa Suzuki, Consul General of Japan in León, reported that Salamanca, Celaya, and León are the municipalities that have the largest number of Japanese residents. He stressed that there are many still to arrive, with companies supplying manufacturers in the rubber, aluminium, and steel sector. So, for the Japanese citizens living in León, there's 700 people there. In Guanajuato, 2,400. We hope not to disturb Mexican citizens and be discreet because over the past 3 or 4 years, residency has quadrupled, he said. In the past 4 years, 230 Japanese companies have been installed in Mexico, and in the next 10 years, it will be a haven for engineers in the automotive industry for the region. He stressed that most of the companies in the sector have settled, only missing some suppliers of Toyota and Nissan in Aguascalientes, which will arrive in Mexico this year. They invest in Mexico because in Japan, they're already a very mature country. There are fewer people, and managers have to return to go to other countries for other jobs, so positions will open up for Mexicans, he said. In other news, Expotel will include the participation of a delegation of Chinese entrepreneurs for the first time in 21 years. The Chinese delegation is interested in offering their products to the hotel and restaurant sector in response to growing interest in Chinese articles, said Peliang Yang, Vice President of the Association of Businessmen Zhonghua in Mexico. Stainless steel utensils, amenities, dinnerware and tea are just a few of the items to be promoted by the 11 companies from the province of Cancun, which will occupy 19 stands at the exhibition. According to the vice president of the association, the interest to participate in this event arose when, during their research, they detected that there's reluctance from some hotels in Cancun and the Riviera Maya to buy products of Asian origin. The association, which groups around 300 Chinese companies in Mexico, is expected to extend its sales network beyond Mexican destinations, targeting Central America. It's not only the hotel sector that has attracted the attention of Chinese businessmen either. Recently, the Chinese People's Government expressed interest in participating in the project of the industrial park with strategic fiscal enclosure in the southern zone of Quintana Roo. Expotel will be held from 13th to the 15th of June at the Cancun Convention Center. And finally, let's check the markets. The Mexican peso decreased 0.36% to 18.26 from 18.33 in the previous trading session. IPC Mexico decreased 0.03% to 49,578 from 49,592 in the previous trading session. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and log on to MexicoNewsNetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.